All right, welcome back. We're talking about the Penguins now. They have 2 games left against teams they should beat, but the Islanders are in the same boat. So the Islanders have 89 points, the Panthers have 89 points, and the Penguins have 88 points. So, Chris, I want to ask you, at this point, what's your gut tell you? Do they make it? Do they get help from a team like Carolina who has to play Florida at the end of the year? Because Carolina still, at this point, has something to play for.
I mean, at this point, the gut says they're not going to make it because the Penguins still have to win their last 2. And I know they're bad teams, and I know they've looked good these last 2 games. But do we have any faith in them to make sure that they, with certainty, win their last 2 games? And without winning those final 2 games, then they're in big trouble because then you have to depend on somebody to really kind of tank these last 2 games. So I don't think they're going to make it. It's like that cliche you hear every year, the 2 points matter just in October, November, at the end of the season. How many games have they given away? 1 point here, 1 point there, giving the Islanders
they
an extra
all matter,
point.
don't they?
Yeah, and give
point.
Florida an extra point when they played them at home in that 7-6 game late comeback. So many points they've given away, and now they're paying the price.
You know what this reminds me of, Pomp? 2014, 2015. You remember that season? They had to go up to Buffalo. They had to win a game.
I
think Brandon Sutter had 2 goals. That was my first year on the beat. This team looks like that one to me. You're not identifiably any one thing, right? Like you're not extra fast. You're not extra big. You're not an offensive juggernaut. You don't have great goaltending. They don't have any of it. They've been wildly inconsistent. To me, it looks like them. I think they get in the playoffs, but they're no threat.
I think they get in. I think I've said that they deserve the benefit of the doubt until they don't make it. But they sort of remind me, I got a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. You got kids, you got kids. They remind me of kids when they do stupid stuff and you're like, I'm going to take your phone away. I'm going to take your phone away. I'm going to take your phone away. And you keep giving them a pass. And now it's like oh, my God, they're going to take our phone away. And if you watch the way that they've played the last 2 games, like they played responsibly. Like had they played that way, and it's not hard to do. Like they make it look easy. But like just the stupid teenage stuff, which shouldn't be happening on a team with a bunch of 35-year-olds, that's the part that's insane. How did it take 80 games for them to figure out if we just don't play stupid, we don't have to worry about getting our phone taken away? I think they're going to get in.
And they show you they can play that way when they want to play that way. But it seems like all of a sudden there's something like yesterday there was a bad goal, even Letang. Made a bad play.
Yeah, but there was never any point in those games where you worry about.
Those kinds of plays will rear their ugly heads at certain times.
You know what it is, though? I mean, they don't have enough goaltending. They don't have good enough or consistent enough goaltending. That takes care of your mistakes. If you play like crap one night, you have somebody back there to save it. Jari and DeSmith haven't done that.
Makes me wonder about Philip Gustafson, what he would have done here, and that was one of the worst trades Jim Rutherford ever made when you look back at it now.
It was widely applauded at the time. Everybody loved it. Derek Brassard was the prize.
Well, but everybody got it. All those big names come in, and he had no role here, and it didn't last very long, and they gave up a ton, including a number 1 pick, who I think turned out to be a pretty good player for the Rangers. Anyway, let's talk about what happens if they don't make it. If they don't make it, I think it's fait accompli that most of us believe that Ron Hextall probably will be gone. What about Mike Sullivan, or is he safe?
He just signed an extension this past summer, so it would be really hard. I know it's hockey, and coaches are tossed to the side a lot like that. But I don't know. Although you could play devil's advocate and certainly make a case. The inconsistencies we've talked about. We talked about period to period, game to game, the blown leads, the bad starts.
Yep.
You put it all together. A lot of this stuff could be blamed on the coach. I don't think it would happen. I don't necessarily think it should happen.
But you got a mature team that is the oldest team in the league.
It's really head scratching some of the things that have happened to them this year. And
I don't know. I mean, if Scotty Bowman can get fired and Mike Keenan can get hired to get fired and John Tortorella can get fired, Mike Sullivan can get fired. I know that the Fenway Sports Group really likes him, but I mean, if you did a blind resume and you said this is a coach that has not made it out of the first round of the playoffs since 2018 in the NHL with a team that's up to the cap every single year, the guy's fired. He just is. I'm not advocating for his firing, but I'm saying even Mike knows that sometimes the message grows stale. And to Chris's point, when you look at the inconsistency of their performance, some of that falls on the guy giving the message.
I don't disagree with anything Will said. I think it's more on the general manager, personally. I mean, you look at the roster and the moves that Hextall has made. What does Sullivan have to work with? I would not fire Mike Sullivan. I don't think he deserves to be fired. I don't think a lot of this is his fault. I think this is a terrible roster, a poorly built roster, one that does not do any one thing well. I mean, look at the Kasperi-Kapanen move. I mean, was that Mike Sullivan? Was that something that Sullivan pounded the desk for? I don't think so. Some of the moves they've made on the back end, Jeff Petrie, like not worth the juice, ain't worth the squeeze, man. Plus, these guys all make a ton of money. Petrie's at $6.5 million, and you bring in Granlund. It makes you wonder what they do with those guys. That would be my next move, but right now,
I mean, that's part of the problem. Is any of this easily fixable to get them to be an elite team in the East? When you saw them play the Devils on Tuesday, look, they've played competent hockey the last 2 games, but yeah, the Devils blew the doors off them. They're younger. They're hungrier. And I don't know how you fix that with the roster the way it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do. Let's put it that way to fix this roster, and there's not much flexibility to do it. There's not like it's not an easy fix.
No, and it's going worse. Granlund.
And
let's
Jeff
remember,
Carter,
now we've got Michael
Sid and
Granlund.
Gino have been healthy all year.
Right, you wasted
How much more is that? How more often is that going to happen as
The
these guys
top
get
six
into their
all
late
has at
30s?
least 20 goals. I don't know how many teams in the league can say all six
And
of the
they're
top
one of
six
the
has
worst
20
goal
goals.
differential
yes,
teams in the
and that's how
NHL.
bad the bottom six.
Yeah.
And things
I just want to
are.
get him in just so we have something more to talk about. And regardless if it's Boston, Carolina,
You want
New
4 more
Jersey,
games, don't
we
you?
want 4 more games at least. That'll get us closer through the draft and then into OTAs. Hopefully longer. We'll see. When we come back, we're going to talk about the NBA, believe it or not, and then later the Masters, specifically Tiger Woods. Will he ever play in the Masters again? Should he? We'll talk about that all coming up next right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.